Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy to have you here with me as we kill a bunch of bears that we have petted before. This is not okay. The whole DLC is an exercise in you lacking agency, apart from the fact that you're deciding to play the DLC. That's not, anyway. Whatever. It's fine. It's good. I'll tell you what an endearing thing about the game. Also, look at the water that moves when you move. That's an interesting thing. It's the shaders that are just recalculating. I'll tell you an endearing thing about the game. You probably know, because I mention it every once in a while, that I have multiple screens. And it's, you know, as somebody who does Let's Plays, having multiple screens is a pretty important thing. I have, right now, 4 screens. Actually, I have 5 screens, but one of them is turned off because it's the drawing tablet. I have 4 screens right now because I also have another computer that's taking up the 4th screen. And it's a computer that's doing the recording. Now, when I launch the game, normally, the game locks the mouse inside the window. So you can see over here that I can't, like, move my mouse to the other screen that's to my left, or move the mouse outside to the screen that's to the right. And that's good. That's really good. Actually, it works really well in this game, and I have 0 complaints about it, which is fantastic. Some games don't work that well like that, and sometimes it's good, sometimes, usually it's bad, especially if you have, you know, if you scroll going to the edges of the window. However, this game doesn't start locking the mouse until it gets into, like, the first loading video, I think. Which ends up being an interesting thing, because I launch the game, and then I click on another window, and, for example, right now, I was doing it, I was clicking on my audio monitoring tool that I use, and I was doing it, and when the game launches, everything is normal, the game launches in the middle screen, no problem, but the mouse gets locked in the audio monitoring window, because the game basically tells the computer to lock the mouse within whatever software is currently focused, and because I was focusing the audio monitoring tool, it gets locked in there, so I need to press the window key, or I suppose I could Alt-Tab, but Alt-Tab is not as good as using the window key. The window key is really useful, and I have learned to live with it, and I really enjoy it. Anyway, let's murder some people that we have 0 concerns for. Let's actually stop and let them do... Oh, look at that! The AI recalculates. That's a good tool, apart from if you're expecting the opposite of what I was expecting. Let's let it do things. So, Penumbra immediately cast the Ben Fidel exposed neck. No, what is it? Yes, that is basically what it is. I will do something different than what the AI does, though, because these guys are standing in the back, all rangery and stuff, and I don't enjoy that. I enjoy other sorts of activities, like this one, paralyzing your fools all up in there. Apart from you being potentially immune to that, they're all people, so they're not immune to that. Let's get a little bit of a lightning thing. Keep track of what Dare is doing. Just his health should be fine. We also have She's at the back, so that's pretty good. That Brother Druid is dying. Why are they called Brother Druid? What the heck? Why is he Brother Druid? That's weird, isn't it? Oh, these are Brother Rangers. Okay, that's just weird. Okay, that's lightning coming in. Right there, very nice. And then we can do Plague of Insects, because that is very bad for spellcasters, if I remember correctly, because it casts Interrupt every second, for half a second or something. It basically slows them down by 50%, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it doesn't. At least that's flanked up there, so that's really nice. Let's get, not that. Let's get another one of these, because they decided to not be paralyzed anymore. That one never was. And let's let her do things, because I think we got this in the bag, which we expected to have in the bag. Of course, now we're taking damage. You see what happens when you cast things that are not for AoE? Look at that. Look at what you're doing to Dare. I know you need some help. Okay, we're good. You catch your breath, turning from the fallen bodies of your foes and into the audience's roar. The faces of the hunt's voice joins them, rolling across the arena like thunder. A drake swoops down over the arena, adding its own howling challenge to the cacophonous din. With powerful strokes of its wings, it rises higher, should be a comb over there, before turning directly toward you. It descends, claws readied, fanged maw gaping. Oh no. So, down the ropes now, or everyone get out of the way. We can do a dexterity check. Let's see. I did not expect that. But sure, it works well enough. I actually wanted to, and of course we lose dexterity because we failed the dexterity check. I wanted to see who was going to do it, but, yeah, well. You're not fast enough. The drake's flame pours over and around you, tearing away your flesh and hair, blistering your gear and... not your flesh, interestingly enough, and stealing your breath. You don't know whether the screams you hear are your own or someone else's. Yes, I realized they were injured. The flames subside as the drake circles for another attack. You're nearer the edge of the platform now, however, nearer the ropes down. That is a thing that happened. Let's attempt to snare the drake with a grappling hook, because that is a thing we can do. The hook sails high, arcing down as the drake flies under it, wrapping around the rapidly approaching creature's neck. That is almost a pun. You have a drake on a rope. I have, indeed, but I have lost my rope and grappling hook. I can do a hammer and chisel there. Stake the rope to the ground. That would be an interesting thing. You pass the rope to... who? The writing in this DLC is notably different, and I say different to not use other adjectives than the rest of the game. You pass the rope to whoever takes it, I suppose, and somebody... Oh, no, wait, that's not a writing issue. That's, it's a coding issue here. Actually, you pass the rope to Takeo, who takes it, drops to one knee, and with expert efficiency, secures it to the ground with a hammered stake. That should be 2 commas over there, but anyway, commas are easier to forgive because everybody does commas wrong. And also, you can argue that it's a stylistic preference. I wouldn't argue that though. The drake wings above you, ascending as it approaches the far end of the... Oh, wings is a verb. My God, I am so thrown out by the writing, but that's correct. The drake wings above you, ascending as it approaches the far end of the raised arena floor. The rope goes taut. The great beast shrieks as, propelled downward by its own momentum, it slams into the platform, which rocks beneath the force, and explodes into a cascade of magical sparks. Okay, well, that's... That sentence says that the dragon explodes into a cascade of magical sparks. And I don't think it's meant to say that. But maybe it is, and hopefully it is, because I don't want to deal with a dragon with serious burns in my face. Because look at that. The great beast shrieks. And then explodes into a cascade of magical sparks. Look at that. No, he doesn't. Yeah, there it is. So those commas, as often happens, work to isolate a certain part of the sentence that can be actually removed. So what this sentence ends up saying is, the great beast shrieks as it slams into the platform, and then the dashes serve as commas and are better used as that, so to be a parentheses sort of thing, and explodes into a cascade of magical sparks. The problem is some people use dashes as substitutes for commas, and that's not what dashes are for at all, ever. That's not a stylistic thing. It's just I think it works in certain languages because, of course, punctuation rules work differently depending on the language, but not in English. Dashes are not used instead of commas because otherwise it'd be insane. But if you do substitute those dashes for commas and assume that the writer doesn't know what they're doing, you can say, the great beast shrieks as it slams into the platform, comma, which rocks beneath the force, and then you can do the comma, because that's only proper, and explodes into a cascade of magical sparks. The platform. You see what I mean by my big sigh? You shimmy down the rope and alight in the foot of water left on the arena floor. Little evidence remains of the dragon stalkers as a handful of disembodied limbs and a pair of armored corpses floating in clouds of blood. Grubblings snack on the remains of the slayers chosen. The colossal grub turns its fetid maw towards you. It seems only the forces of nature stand between Penumbra and the champion's crown. I don't understand what the writing is saying right now, by the way, and I can't do it. The seeking face says, that's the seeking face that says that. But can you endure them? The surviving face asks. Or will they eat you alive? The slaying face cries out, its voice almost gleeful. The grubs slither forward. Okay, the dragon did indeed disappear, and my ramble about the dashes was uncalled for. Good. I like when people use... Okay. I like when people use punctuation properly. You could have spent a little bit more time introducing the colossal grub, apart from just haphazardly mentioning it, but it's fine. There's a big grub, and it's now knocked down because there is just Deadballer. Let's let you do your thing and control Penumbra over here just in case. And yeah, things are going well. So we got a chill fog going in here for Takeo, who is an idiot. Or maybe not so much of an idiot. Let's yeah, let's help Bishiza out. Takeo, you're not an idiot. I'm the idiot that was assuming bad things. Some of the writers. Although yeah, it's just that writing is. I don't understand how that writing is what it is. Basically, it feels different and it feels wrong a lot of the time. Let's let you do things, Takeo. You're there. Are you having trouble attacking? Because I think you are having trouble attacking.
Say your prayers.
Let's do that instead. Try to stun the big thing. What is the stun? What the big resistant? Resistance works. Yeah, it's gonna die. Ishiza, let's try and keep you alive. Although I might not be able to. No, I can. Good. Ishiza is alive. I didn't need that because Ishiza's not being attacked, but that's fine. Don't you dare do that. What? Don't do that. Don't do that. Do this. That's good. And the big grub is now. So I'm not really sure what this is. I thought it might have been a whirlpool, but it isn't. It's a whirlwind. And we won. We are victorious, and we got a parry dot. You are the champion. Soul energy swirls about you, pressing heavily against your esoteric senses. With a slight exertion of will, you can direct the ambient essence. And it's just the 4 options here. I can return the soul essence to the crucible and the wildlife of Kazawari. I can channel the soul essence into Moatu, empowering him. I can absorb the soul essence for yourself, or I can send the soul essence to the wheel. Let's do the, let's not empower Moatu. He can shut up. I'm gonna do the thing that I did before into... I've learned Galawain's gift. That's nice. Into the, you know, the island and whatnot. You allow the energies to settle again into the arena, even as you feel some of the power escaping into the wilderness beyond. Yay, the even as that I like.
The hunt concludes. Raise your voices in glory to these, the champions of the hunt!
Penumbra, penumbra, penumbra! Everybody shouts. It tones in tones excited, surprised, and all things in the middle. Your name roars from the crowd, echoing from every direction.
When you tire of the adulation, return to the pool of memories. Humaire will see to your coronation.
Congratulations, Watcher. May you defend the title for as long as your strength deserves it.
No, I don't want to defend the title. This is all a sham and basically immoral as it is. And, what did we do this for? Again. Was really the pretense...
Will be so.
Was the pretense of us just trying to fix the arena somehow because everything was sort of gross and essence was coagulated into nonsense and bad things were happening because of it? Was that just a way to shut me up? Maybe. Hopefully not. The caretaker stands before the swirling pool as the waters bubble and shimmer with soul essence. By her side waits Ngari, shuffling with frenetic anticipation.
Approach, honored champion.
With solemn silence, Omaire lifts a helmet styled with spider legs, boar tusks, and Stelgar features. Lips parted in a shark-toothed smile, she crowns your head with the helm.
By the authority of Tawamawai and the souls of Kazuwari, you are declared the champion of the hunt. From this day forth, you are the envy and the ambition of every contender to come. You are hunter, but also hunted. Yours is the burden and the joy of defending this proud title.
What? I'm a target now?
If you choose to abandon this glory to the next who challenges you for it, that is your decision. Now, to anoint you in the pool of memories, that the souls of this place may share in your triumph. Clear your mind. Lower your head into the waters and open your eyes to that which the faces choose to show you.
Is this how I'll speak with the faces? Umare nods, holding your gaze with hers. I'm gonna anoint myself in the waters. You kneel before the ancient stone font, and a feeling like static electricity tickles your face. You take a breath and submerge your face into the pool. The surface of the water gives way only reluctantly, the energy playing across it tickling your senses. The tendrils, my god, of soul energy before you lick your features, probing your nostrils, ears, eyes, and lips for any point of ingress. They wrap around your head in soft caress initially, but soon tensing, rigidly grasping and pulling you deeper. Too deep. I can interpret the sensation, I suppose, but fail. Despite your focus on the energies of the pool, you glean nothing from it, save the sensation of being dragged inexorably under. I'm gonna surrender. You check, your chest tightens and your blood runs cold, rushing through your ears. Or perhaps it's the flow of water past you that you hear, or perhaps you fall ever deeper into the ancient pool. The currents calm. You feel the cold wet against your face and within your ears. Your hands grip rough stone, your feet rest on solid ground. Warm air stirs the hairs on the back of your neck. You straighten and withdraw your head from the pool. I'm glad that they all came with me, by the way.
Feels real sticky. Like something breathing on your neck.
That... Okay, well, I guess... If it feels sticky to have something breathe on your neck, it does. The surface of the pool reflects the walls and ceilings of the artifact chamber.
Enough of that now. It's time. The axe is sharp. She won't feel a thing.
No, please. This one is my friend. There are other sows. Why not slaughter them?
The other sows will be eaten too. If we are to survive the winter, there must be a fat larder and few mouths. Come, enough of this childishness.
Fun fact, it is cheaper to not have a pig and eat the pig feed than it is to feed the pig and then eat the pig. And I say cheaper as I mean economical, not just, you know, obviously not for money because it depends on what things cost, but in terms of calories, the pigs are not necessarily very efficient at transforming the calories from the feed into, you know, pig meat. Although they are a good way of storing the calories from the pig feed, and definitely if you don't like pig feed, I suppose you can let the pig eat it. Crowned in a stylized boar helm, a starved and sinewy Aumaua kneels in quiet contemplation. All manner of scars and burns festoon their arms, and stringy, unkempt hair dribbles from the collar of their helmet.
You fight with the fury of Tuamawai in all his forms. I am Uruke, the surviving face. I wish that I could welcome you under better circumstances. I wish to see you return to your proper place. But the other faces conspire against us.
So by this first line, sorry about your pig, we're assumed that Uruke was in the vision that we just saw. Or our character assumes, anyway. I wonder if that's the case. Let's say that, just to see if it is indeed the case.
My pig? Ah. Watchers all see the past and present of souls muddled as one. I appreciate the condolence. She was a good friend, but only the first of many I outlived.
Who are you exactly?
I came to this island when I was very young. It was a time of chaos and suffering throughout the Deadfire.
You were there, weren't you? You saw the great cataclysm which swallowed Ukaizo.
I never saw Ukaizo, child. Only the storms and the mad sea and the beasts driven to frenzy. Rare even were other kith. Sometimes I thought myself the last Aumbawa in the world. I enjoyed the remainder of my life in this inhospitable place. A very long life. All of it spent as nature would will it. Now I am as you see me, the most enduring of the faces of the hunt.
What are the faces of the hunt?
We are talons shared upon one clawed hand. Though possessed of our own names, our own eyes and minds, we have united in purpose.
That don't exactly explain things.
It doesn't. Shodi is very perceptive.
We serve Tuamawai and care for his crucible.
Where am I?
This is Tuamawai's domain. One of the great hunter's many dens in the beyond. Here, the souls of those who fought and died in his honor may rest until the time of need, when Tuamawai will absorb their cunning and feast on their might. Though you could not walk there from here, you are, in a fashion, still on Kazuwari. This place exists within and beneath its great statue. From here, we oversee the Crucible Games.
How would I return to the here? I mean, to here? That's a capital H here. I'm not sure what I'm referring to, because then there's a lowercase here. Let's find out.
Wahami, the slaying face, has destroyed the flow of souls. To leave this place, you must subdue him.
Yeah, that's what
His desecration must be undone.
That's what I figured. The here is actually, Kazawari. So it's the there rather than. So the here is there, but then here is not here. Does that make sense? Because it does, because it's supposed to be capitalized. And it may be even be pronounced differently. The head, maybe? I don't know. Why have you brought me here?
It was not me who lured you here.
They raise a single bony finger in correction.
The others would use you to escape this place. They mistake it for a prison. I would prefer that be prevented.
I think that's a good idea, honestly. It is also worth pointing out that Eruke wasn't... we helped the spider, right? Or am I mistaken? Yeah, the slaying face... the seeking face. We helped the seeking face. And they're the surviving face. How did the slaying... there's many faces, so I need to recap this for myself as well as for you, I suppose. If you are as lost as I am. Not lost, I'm not lost, but, you know, need to recap. How did the slaying face destroy the flow of souls? Eruke points to what at first appears... to what appear to be a stalactite and stalagmite of Adra, nearly touching. The chunks of essence-rich stone floating around it leave little doubt this was once a singular pillar.
Wahami shattered the spine of souls. Now, those who perish in the Crucible do not move on to meet the wheel.
Aha! There we go, that's the justification. It's all clogged up, and we need to fix it. There we go. At least it's not all for the, quote, glory, unquote. Anyway, that's going to be that for today because we're out of time. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching and for enduring my rambles. And I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.